It's July 4th, 2015, so I thought I'd do another update on the Crape Myrtle series. As you look here, the Crape Myrtles are now, we did a rejuvenation cutting here back in the winter. They are now about, the tops of them are reaching about 5.5 feet. And as you can see from left to right, my left to the right as I pan around, having different variations in levels of blooming. That's one thing that I've noticed, and then once you get up a little closer, you can see here, for instance, in this one that has quite a few blooms, or quite a few buds that are ready to start popping. But as you go down the level of trees and the number of blooms, and you come to this one, you don't see as many buds that are ready to, I mean, there's a few here, but there are not as many that are ready to, there's a pest right there, that are ready to pop or bloom. So could be the maturity level of the Crape Myrtles themselves. I'll go around back here and see if I can tell what the, look at the base of them, see if they are similar. Sorry for the speed. And I see, okay, so one of the differences, let me get in there a little bit closer. One of the differences could be in the maturity of the trunk itself as to the number of buds that are showing up on the Crape Myrtles. That last one compared to, say, this last one here, you can tell that the maturity of the trunk is quite different. And so that could be one of the differences. But what is noticeable from left to right is that even the bushes or the shrubs that do not have many blooms on them have several buds. And so they will be blooming, just be a little bit later into the season before they start popping. But one thing that is different after the rejuvenation pruning compared from last year to this year is that the shrubs are blooming, the Crape Myrtles are blooming. And one of the purposes of the rejuvenation trimming and pruning this past season was that we had very few to no blooms on any of these Crape Myrtles. And so that's good to see that the rejuvenation has had a positive effect on the health of the plant and on the forthcoming of the buds. So I'll give you another update as soon as I can. I wanted to continue with the update. Here's the other row of Crape Myrtles. Remember, these are bushes or shrubs, they are not trees, and so their height is quite different. As you can tell, we do have a few blooms on a few of the shrubs, not all of the shrubs, but a few of the shrubs. They are about 4 to 5 feet in height at the moment. But I get a little closer, we'll look to see. I'm also watering, so got to back up and not get caught by the irrigation system. Okay, let's move back in and let's see if we have some blooms or buds about to come on. And as I'm looking here, this first one is not showing any blooms at all. So we go to the second one, and the second one is a little taller. There are no blooms on it, or no buds on it. I go to the third one. There are, I don't believe I see any on that one. None on that one. Fourth one, and we come to this fifth one, and there's proliferation of buds all over that one. However, it is on one side, which if you notice here, it's a parking lot. We're right up against parking lot, and the blooms are on the hot side, or the parking lot side of the shrubbery, of this line of shrubs, and it's also where the sun is going over us from east to west. So it's getting, the blooms are primarily on the, in fact they're all on the morning sun side. As you continue on down the shrubbery, again, we have some that are blooming and have a proliferation of buds that are blooming. And here's one that has no blooms, but it does have some buds on it. There are no buds on that one. Don't see any in that one. Here's one that's beginning to bloom, has some buds blooming, and there's some buds, and then we're at the end here, and there are a few here. So it tends to be from left to right again. We'll look at those bases, and let's say that the trunks of the crepe myrtles that are blooming are a bit thicker at the base than those that are not. So that might be an indication of how I don't know that for sure, but it might be an indication of what to expect as you do in terms of speed of blooming and recurrence of blooming, not recurrence, but initiation of blooming by the crepe myrtle plants themselves. Anyway, so that's another update of where we stand on the Crape Myrtle Rejuvenation Project. Thanks for watching.